All right, welcome back to another edition of Laying It Down, joined by Scout and Sloth as always. We're going to hold off to do this episode a little later than normal because we wanted to wait for the Washington news, but it still has not come out. But apparently a lot of shady stuff is going on, from players to coaches to high up management, things with sexual abuse, and then alcohol and drugs related things. So we don't know what it is, but a lot of people have been
Allegedly.
hinting at this, and apparently it's going to overblow the name change by a long shot. So we were hoping to come to you with that news with I think it's the Washington Post who is handling the story, but we are still waiting.
Yeah, still waiting. That's all alleged stuff. That's just the rumor mill that, Twitter's running with. So, hopefully that's not the case, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when this news finally does drop. Wonder what their name's going to be, though.
Go Red Wolves.
Yeah, I like the Red Wolves. That would be my vote.
A lot of the minority shareholders in the Redskins organization have hired lawyers, and a lot of their play-by-play guy who's been with them for 16 years has left the team. So a lot of shuffling is going on behind closed doors. But
weird thing about that too, the announcer leaving is there was no team announcement. You think of the guys with you for 16 years.
Yeah,
there'd be some kind of announcement from the Twitter page,
yep.
like a thanks maybe. Nothing.
Yeah, it's a little
that's
shady.
A weird thing.
But we had other big football news, especially yesterday. We had Derrick Henry signed 4-year, $50 million deal. Took right up to the deadline, but he got the deal done. What do you guys think about the signing or re-signing?
I mean, I think we've dove deep before into my stance on paying running backs a ton of money. Once again, it's one of those things where he definitely deserves it. Somebody was going to pay him that, I think, no matter what. But I don't know what this does for the Titans. Can you really count on him to carry you for the next 4 years? He's going to be your main guy. I think you got to start thinking to pair him with somebody, or really hope that this Ryan Tannehill development and this trend upward is going to just keep going. But I mean, hey, the dude was a fucking tank, and he did carry him last year. But if you're going to try to keep getting that deep into the playoffs every year, that's a lot of touches. It's a lot of touches. Wow. I mean, what Ryan Tannehill throw? I mean, I don't think he threw that many passes. I know. Henry was rushing for over 200 yards or something like that each of those playoff games. He was playing out of this world.
Yep.
So if that's what you're going to need to make deep playoff runs,
Scout, what do you think?
If I'm going to be honest, I really think it's a good sign for the Titans. I think the three of us kind of disagree a little bit about how running backs are valued in the NFL. I think, Woody, you seem like you're more in the middle. And I think I put a lot of stock into the running backs and what they can do for the team. And if you look at the numbers, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this makes Henry the 5th highest paid running back. So if you're talking by position rank, I would say he's above 5th best running back in the league. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're going bang for your buck, I think the Titans made a good deal with him. And if you think based on that, I think it's a good deal. But if you looking on the negative side, he is 26, and it's a 4-year deal. And we've seen running backs hit 28, 29, and they really start to hit the downward trend, especially somebody like Derrick Henry, who, if you look back in college at Alabama, had a ton of rushing attempts, a lot of wear and tear on those tires. And he's hitting over – what? He's 250, 300 carries every single season. Like, I mean, that's going to add up quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I think next year, the year after, I think he'll be super productive. But they might try to get out of this deal in like year 3.
Yeah. So the Titans last year faced the easiest run schedule in the league. This year they faced a bottom. I think it's they faced the 30th run defense. So he should dominate again this year.
Yeah.
The question will be next, like in 2 years from now and 3 years from now, he gets up in age. He faces a tougher run defense, and we're gonna get to the free agent running backs for next year. I do side with Sloth in this. I'd rather not pay for the running back. I'd rather go by committee if I can. And they could have just had him play out this year and maybe figured something out a little less expensive. I feel like, though, if he is the reason your organization got as far as they did last year, I feel like there is some of that loyalty. You kind of have to pay the guy type deal. So I understand why the Titans did what they did. And Derrick Henry kind of put them in a tough spot because he was like, the whole team was on his shoulders last year. He's the reason why Tannehill was able to do what he did. So I guess I get it, but it's tough. We'll see how it plays out. I mean, he's super fun to watch. I hope he can keep it up for the next 4 years. But like you guys said, it's with running backs, the shelf life is so small, so short. So we'll see.
His offense is his offensive production is very similar to like McCaffrey, where like the whole offense kind of runs through him.
Sure.
I mean, McCaffrey's obviously more involved in the passing game and whatnot, but that's how important he is to the Titans offense. I don't know how long they have Tannehill for, but they did re-sign him, right?
Yeah, I think they signed him a big deal.
So that's kind of the part I hate a little bit is just like if they maybe had a rookie quarterback, I would love this deal up and down because then they'd have a quarterback under rookie contract. But there's going to be areas of their team now that are going to suffer. Luckily, they have a rookie wide receiver in A.J. Brown that's probably going to turn out to be pretty good. So maybe you don't have to pay him for a couple of years, but maybe the defensive side of the ball starts to struggle a little bit. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I have the Tannehill numbers if you want to.
Yeah, let's hear them.
All right. So Tannehill is the 10th highest paid quarterback.
Yeah, that's
interesting.
I would love it if he was maybe the 15th.
Okay, so he's at $29.5 million per year.
He wasn't at 10 on our list.
No.
So.
And how long is the deal? 3 years? 4 years.
I'm seeing 118 million. So that sounds like 4 years.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they're tied together, Henry and Tannehill. It looks like for the next 4.
So, yeah, I agree with what you're saying, guys. About now you got a lot of money tied up in your quarterback, a lot of money tied up in your running back, and maybe. But if you think about it, 29 million. 30 million for a quarterback in the next 2 years, it's probably not going to be as much as it is. Like Tannehill in 2 years will be the 20th highest paid quarterback, probably 15. Yeah. So if you think about it like that, like I said, the next 2 years, Henry's going to get their money's worth, but I don't know. I'm nervous for year 3 and 4.
Yeah, for sure. Chris Jones also signed. So the Kansas City Chiefs just continue to lock in their cornerstone pieces. The way Mahomes' deal was structured, it actually doesn't really affect the team for signing players for the first couple of years. So they're able to sign Chris Jones. He took a 4-year, $85 million guaranteed. He's 26 years old, had 33 sacks, 7 forced fumbles in 4 seasons, and just made his first Pro Bowl. I mean, they continue to lock up these guys. Their organization as a whole is basically returning everyone. It's scary. Usually when you win a Super Bowl, everyone kind of has to go separate ways because of cap and all that, but it looks like the Chiefs are running it back.
Yeah, they're scary. They're doing some wonders with the cap over there and how they're structuring contracts right out of the Howie playbook of getting people's money to move around there and allowing you to keep some of your cornerstones. Yeah, I think we said over 3.5 for Mahomes or whatever for Super Bowls, and I think he probably gets a second and maybe a third. Definitely a second, I think, with the contracts the way they're laying out right now within the Chris Jones deal, and probably before they have to re-sign Tyreek Hill. I think eventually he probably hits free agency, or one of their wide receivers somewhere they're not going to be able to pay. So once I say he wins another one, and then they're probably going to go into a slight little rebuild for a year or two, and then they'll reload again the draft and free agency and come back, and he'll win the second half. But yeah, I could see them repeating. They got to be the favorite. I think they are, actually.
They have to be, yeah. I mean, everyone's coming back.
Yeah, this deal brings Chris Jones in at the third highest paid D tackle in the league, right behind Fletcher Cox and Aaron Donald at number one there.
If he's anything like those two, they got
good
a
company.
Great deal then.
Yeah, so Fletcher Cox signed a $63 million deal, and Chris Jones signed a $60 million deal.
Okay.
So it's pretty right on the money there. So Chris Jones, he's a young stud. I mean, I think the Chiefs are doing a fantastic thing, locking down I don't know. I feel like you got to have one superstar on your D-line to really make an impact.
Yep.
So I think they're putting the money in the right spots.
For sure. And then another D lineman signed a big deal. Myles Garrett.
1 second, actually. Sorry.
You're good. You want me to keep going?
No, hold on. I'm trying to find this one stat on Chris Jones.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, Jones, 26 years old, super young, and he was like threatening the holdout thing, and was able to get it done. I guess right at the deadline. It seems like that's when all these deals get done, as the time expires. They're able to agree on something.
It actually makes Jones the 6th highest paid defensive lineman in the whole league.
Okay.
So even if you count ends and everything. So that comes above J.J. Watt, Trey Flowers, DeForest Buckner, Grady Jarrett, Cameron Jordan, guys like that. So he's right behind. So they have Frank Clark, guys. The Chiefs do. Defensive end Frank Clark. He has a $62.3 million deal that he signed a few years back. So they have the Chiefs have 2 superstar defensive linemen, both paid handsomely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to find a stat here. This sounds right, but basically his sack rate percentage or some shit like that, the rate that he has sacks compared to the amount of games he's played is one of the highest in the NFL. I think it is the highest currently over Aaron Donald, over Myles Garrett. He's up there.
Okay. Well, I mean, they locked him in, so he's theirs for next 4 years. Myles Garrett signed a 5-year deal with the Browns, $125 million. So just like the Chiefs, the Browns are going out and getting their guy, and paid well again. So
$100 million guaranteed for Myles Garrett, by the way. 80% of the contract's guaranteed, and he got $50 million for signing.
Wow. So
do you guys think they sign Baker when that time comes? Now they just put a ton of money into Myles.
I think it'll depend on how he fits with Kevin Stefanski's system. If Kirk Cousins could get it done, you think Baker can get it done. We'll see.
Well, yeah, it's just going to be interesting because I think if it comes down to it, do you pay Nick Chubb or Baker?
Exactly. I would go Baker personally, but we'll see.
Yeah, but if Baker's not working out, then I could see them just going right into Nick Chubb and then.
Well, we've just seen the Titans sign their star running back and quarterback. So why can't the Browns?
Yeah, they could. They very well could. I'm just saying they're putting a lot of money. The Browns just put a lot of money into Myles Garrett, so that just means there's less money available. That's all.
Yeah. I don't see OBJ sticking around for much longer either.
No, he's getting traded, I think, soon.
Someone who didn't sign, Dak and the Cowboys did not get a deal done. So he's on another 1-year deal. And I think you got to pay for the dude, right?
So I don't really know what else Dak Prescott has to do to get a long-term contract.
Right.
I don't know if this is minus the Eagles. I don't know if this is a NFC or NFC East division thing. Like we saw the Redskins do this, or the Washington No Names. We saw them do this thing with Kirk Cousins and not pay him, just keep franchise tagging him and just let him go. So but to me, Dak Prescott has done more than Kirk Cousins has, ability-wise. Kind of, they're not winning the playoff games, which obviously you want to see, but at the same time, you have to, take what your guy's given you. He's given you solid years, and I think you just gotta, as an organization, commit to the guy who's been there for you, who's produced, and pay him.
And Jerry Jones is known for overpaying players. Like he overpaid for Amari, overpaid for Zeke.
Yep.
DeMarcus Lawrence, I believe.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So pay the
I think
man.
the issue is that he thinks there's a discount for playing for the Cowboys. So, or there's some kind of what you want to call it?
The fame that comes with being the Cowboys quarterback.
Quarterback, right? That adding. I don't know what Tony Romo ever was. I don't know if he was in the top 10 paid quarterbacks ever, but I don't know if he took a discount for those years, and now Jerry's expecting the same type of thing and being like, look, you take a discount and look at the guys I can keep around you. I don't know. I don't think he ends up walking. I don't think they'll let him hit free agency. They'll franchise tag him again and again until they can't anymore. And then
I don't think they're able to anymore. Isn't this the last year that they're able to franchise him?
No, this is the first time they did.
And so you're able to do it twice, right?
Pretty sure that's what they did to Kirk.
If I'm Dak, I think I want to leave and I want to go get paid somewhere else and prove Jerry like screw you, bro.
After this,
yeah.
I agree with you.
But if you do play for the Cowboys, it seems like you can get any commentary job you want. So maybe that's what Jerry is hedging on. Like, we can get you any other job in media. So it'll be interesting to see. I was shocked they didn't get something done. Like we said, because they were able to get stuff done with Zeke when it looked like they weren't, and the other players. But speaking of the free agent running backs that we talked about earlier, the class is huge. And I would go on the edge to say that maybe the most talent in a free agent running back class that we've seen. So the list includes Leonard Fournette, Dalvin Cook, Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara, Phillip Lindsay, Marlon Mack, Kenyon Drake, Todd Gurley, James Conner, Kareem Hunt, Matt Breida, Tariq Cohen, and Chris Carson. Basically, if you're half decent at the position of running back, you're a free agent next year. There's some big time names on this list, and it's going to change franchises where these guys go.
Yeah, like I said, I think the NFL starts kind of moving towards a 2 running back system a little bit. So I don't know. I think these guys are probably not going to get their money that they maybe expect to hit when they get to free agency, since there's so many quality running backs available. And I think you start seeing them become more of like specialty third down backs, kind of play in that slot, maybe wide receiver if they can. Just they're going to have to get a little bit more creative, and I think share the backfield a little bit more. I think the days of like a 30-touch running back are slim. I think there's only going to be about maybe 5 to 7 teams that actually run an offense like that.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I also saw a tweet earlier about the draft class for next year for running backs, and apparently, so you know how this past was wide receiver heavy
Yep.
and it was deep. This draft class coming up with running backs is apparently that same way. Super deep, super talented. So maybe teams won't even consider a big name guy in free agency if they think they can get, a starting quality running back, say third round, second round in this upcoming draft.
Cheap rookie deal.
Yeah.
Fresh. Yeah. If you got it, why not?
I think kind of how you. Oh, sorry.
No, go.
Like kind of how we saw when like Gronk kind of transitioned to from tight end to wide receiver, then like wanted that wide receiver money, and then you had Jimmy Graham kind of requesting that wide receiver money. I think you're going to start seeing running backs probably start to move a little bit out to the edge and request that wide receiver money and to be looked at as a wide receiver.
Guys like that.
I think Kamara's probably closer to. I think Barkley's probably going to be one of those exceptions where he could do everything. I think Zeke's that exception. Derrick Henry, I think, could use a complimentary receiving back, but
Fair.
The guys that can catch out of the backfield and honestly do it all, then yeah, there's still going to be the guys. But if there's a part of your game that's a little bit lacking that they can bring in somebody to do it better, I think you're going to see it done. Like there's no need to have a guy with, brick hands out running routes out of the backfield. It's just not. You're lagging a little bit there. I don't know if you're behind us.
You have me?
You're here
now.
Okay. I'm most excited for Aaron Jones. The Packers have notoriously not let him be Aaron Jones. He, like you guys said, he can catch the ball. He can run the ball. If he were to go to a team like the Falcons or someone and just let him be Aaron Jones, I think he could be up top 3 if they let him really be what he can be. So Aaron Jones, Alvin Kamara too, I would really, I think, want. They're both versatile. Okay. They can line up outside and they can run up between the tackles too and make you miss. So it's going to be an interesting free agency. And like you guys said, maybe some of these guys barely even get contracts because you can just draft someone in the third, fourth round and he stays on a rookie deal for 4 years. So it's going to be very interesting because it seems like the running back position is being way undervalued to what we were used to. So it's going to swing back eventually. We just don't know when. And unfortunately, their contracts are up, so they might not get the deals they rightfully deserve. It's just the money's not there right now.
What do you think Aaron Jones gets signed by the Packers? I know it doesn't seem like it's going in that direction, but he's most receiving touchdowns from a running back last year. We've seen he really totes the rock, hits the holes. I mean, he can do it all. Aaron Rodgers really likes him. So I wonder. I know they signed whatever his name is. They drafted that rookie running back.
Yeah.
And they have Jamal Williams. So it doesn't seem like they're going into the we're going to sign Aaron Jones direction, but
doesn't look that way. But I mean, God, like these guys
so
are
good.
so young and they're so good. It's hard to just let them walk.
Yeah, I'm going to make a bold statement. I don't think Leonard Fournette is a starter in 2022. I don't think.
I think I'd agree with you, actually. The dude, he ranked last among running backs in yards per carry last year. He's so atrocious. He's become a very, very, very poor man's Derrick Henry.
That's a good point.
But he's come a long way from leaving on people.
That's what I mean. It's like remember how dominant he used to be. It's like how fast. Like same with Todd Gurley. Like these guys just something happens and they completely are going downhill. But I would agree with you. I mean, if Dalvin Cook gets hurt again, the same thing could happen.
Yeah.
Because these guys they get so banged up, and that's part of the issue. So, we didn't even mention really Kareem Hunt. I would put him with Aaron Jones. Deal, right? Yeah. I would put him with Aaron Jones and Alvin Kamara. That dude can do it all. If he gets his head right off the field and just plays football, he's really good at it. So,
well, when he was on Kansas City, he was considered a top 5 running back.
Yeah.
and he kicks that girl or whatever, and then nobody really wants him,
Yep.
which is fair.
Yeah.
Morals.
So Madden ratings, top 10 came out. Sloth, you are our Madden insider. What do you want to hit on first? They literally, they drop corners, safeties, running backs, QBs.
We got corners, safeties, and running backs. Where we can do.
So
right now.
Just continue with running backs.
What is the
Yeah.
criteria for a Madden rating? Is it based on, does team wins matter? Is it strictly performance based? How do they
It's
value?
pretty strictly performance based. They do look at each player individually, but it's just the way it's weighted is, like your speed is probably weighted more than your trucking ability.
Right.
Okay, your juke is probably weighted a little bit more than your run block. Yeah. There's just those things kind of come into it. So I guess this is why you kind of see a little bit of variance in these top 10 ratings and what we would say are the top 10 running backs.
Yep.
Because I think it's just pure skill and ability and not necessarily like wins or situational or I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say a little bit.
Yep.
Okay. So for running backs, we got McCaffrey, 99. I think that's warranted. I think that makes sense.
Yeah. He had an unreal year last year.
Really catches. He is the Carolina Panthers. So yeah. 2, this is I think surprising. Derrick Henry, 93. Then Nick Chubb at 92. Zeke at 92. Barkley at 91. Dalvin Cook at 91. Aaron Jones, 90. So if we just stop there, I think you could put Nick Chubb behind Dalvin Cook and probably Derrick Henry behind Zeke and Saquon. If you wanted to go McCaffrey, Zeke, Saquon, Derrick Henry, Dalvin, Nick Chubb, I wouldn't hate it. Keep in mind these guys are only separated by 2 overall points.
I think I would agree spot on with your list. I think I would agree with you.
Okay, so you got Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs, and Alvin Kamara to finish it out.
I would swap Kamara with Jacobs and Mixon, especially in Madden, because you need that guy that can catch passes. You can hot route him on the streaks and burn the line. I guess just like real life, actually. I'd rather have Kamara than Josh Jacobs, Joe Mixon.
Definitely Josh Jacobs. I think you could make a
Yeah.
case for Joe Mixon, but
Sure.
I don't even know how Josh Jacobs is in the top 10.
So they have Jacobs and Kamara both at an 88, and I think that you should probably have Kamara either above Aaron Jones or equal to him at a 90.
I'd agree.
So, those are our little things there, but like I said, these ratings all change throughout the year. They update them weekly, so
Hold up.
Just
like Dalvin Cook and Saquon are both at 91. I think
there's a glitch in the system there.
Yeah, I
so.
think Saquon should be bumped way up.
And they got Zeke and Chubb both at a 92.
Yeah, I mean,
so there's not a lot of separation there, and I think you could. If you're gonna have McCaffrey at a 99, you could probably have Zeke and Saquon both at like 94s, 95s.
Yes, I'd agree.
Derrick Henry, I think 93 still makes sense. That he's just a dominant power runner. He doesn't have the same abilities that Saquon and Zeke do, especially in the passing game and the open field of making people miss, not just running them over. Nick Chubb can do it all, but so can Kamara, so can Dalvin Cook. I think
Aaron Jones, right?
Yeah, I think there's a couple guys that are disrespected. One surprising thing, Le'Veon Bell not on the list.
Right, I'd have him over Jacobs probably.
Yeah. Try to think of anybody else, kind of surprisingly. James Conner, maybe him over Jacobs, some people.
Yep.
Melvin Gordon even.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Leonard
Melvin
Fournette.
Gordon. Leonard Fournette, decent. We talked about him. I don't know if he's high 80s, but Melvin Gordon, I feel like he's usually he was pretty dominant in the last Madden, so
Yep.
he definitely took a hit there.
Like, wasn't Gurley like a 95 or something last Madden?
Yeah, and Gurley.
Now he's not even an 88. Like, I don't know. Chris Carson, I'm just looking at guys like that could be in the conversation here with Josh Jacobs.
None of the 49ers running backs.
Yep.
So things to be discussed there, but, allows us to get mad about it.
Yeah.
Top safeties. So this is the list that I think is a little ludicrous. Number 1, Harrison Smith, 95. Then you got the Honey Badger at a 93. Then Jamal Adams at a 92. Devin McCourty, 92. Kevin Byard, 91. Thoughts on the top 5?
Jamal Adams should be 1.
That was my initial thought.
Like,
I mean,
he could be argued. He's on the cusp. In my opinion, he could be in that 99 club. The dude has elite like ball hawking, and he was basically the entire Jets defense last year. He can play every position besides
and his
D-line.
hit power is insane. Tackling. I mean, I think he's got to be a 95 at least. No disrespect to Harrison Smith. Dude's a beast as well, but Jamal Adams is, I think, without a question, probably the best safety in football right now.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Simmons at a 90. Derwin James, 89. Eddie Jackson, 89. Micah Hyde, 88. And Earl Thomas, 88. If I'm not mistaken, I think a couple of those guys had a little bit of injury problem.
Yeah.
Right? So
Derwin
that's maybe
James.
why they're a little bit lower.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Earl Thomas, I don't think he's done. I don't think he's washed up at all yet.
Maybe his rating
Derwin
went down.
James has to be higher than Justin Simmons, I think.
Justin Simmons is legit, but Derwin James is like we saw Derwin James go down last year, and the Chargers couldn't stop anyone. So like that shows you right there how important he is and how good he is. Like a safety went down, and the Chargers were the worst defense in the league. Like that shouldn't really happen unless you're a fucking superstar.
People also forget Earl Thomas was caught in bed with his brother. People forget. And stiff armed
I did
by
forget.
Derrick Henry. Like that, when you said Earl Thomas, that's the first thing I thought of was him getting stiff armed by Derrick Henry down the sideline. But
All-time clip.
yeah.
All right. The list that I think we discussed prior to the show, I think we got the maddest about, is the cornerbacks. So they got Gilmore at 99. He's one of 4 players to have the 99, I'm pretty sure. And, so they have 2 offense and 2 defense. It seems like they just kind of gave it to a defensive back.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Gilmore was the right one to give it to. That's pretty much my stance on that.
Okay.
I think we'll see if he drops, but I don't know if they drop him throughout the season. I don't know if they drop 99s. I think they try to keep them in that prestigious territory. Then Jalen Ramsey, Richard Sherman, Jair Alexander, is his name right? And Tre'Davious White round out the top 5. Thoughts on that? Anybody you would have in a different order?
I think Gilmore's too high. I don't think Jalen Ramsey's at 94. I don't understand how you have Gilmore and Jalen Ramsey 5 overall points separated. I don't see it. Like if you want to give Gilmore a 99, okay. I want to see Ramsey 97 at least because I think Ramsey's better. I think Ramsey's the best corner in the league in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I don't want to take anything away from Gilmore because he was a cornerstone of that Patriots defense. I think he might have gotten a little boost because of the historical run they went on last year and how good they actually were. But I don't know. I think that was more of a team overall than an individual. What do you think, Woody?
I'm just pulling up stats with Gilmore. He got torched by Devontae Parker last year and Ryan Fitzpatrick. If you're a 99 overall, I don't see that. I don't see Fitzpatrick beating a 99 overall. So I would agree. I think Gilmore might have gotten a boost because of how historically great that defense was last year. I would give a 99 to someone else. I don't know who off the top of my head, but Ramsey, I believe, is a little undervalued at 94, and Sherman is a little high in my opinion.
I would agree.
Because if you put him in man, he can't cover anyone.
No one.
He sticks with the zone, and he's really good at it.
He is.
But he's kind of a one-trick pony. Players have come at him personally about that, and I don't even think he travels to the other side of the field. I think he just –
I think you're right.
So, I mean, I get it. He's super good at what they have him doing. I guess maybe it's not his fault. It's play calling, and they just want to have him in the best situation possible. But I feel like Tre'Davious White could be higher than a 90. Dude is young. He's a baller. And I think this year is going to be – I think in next year's Madden, he should be at least a 94, in my opinion. I think he's going to have a really good year this year.
Okay. Yeah, I would kind of agree with you on that Richard Sherman point, too. The only thing is the dude is I think going into the Super Bowl, he had, like, not let up a playoff touchdown or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So he does lock down that side of the field. Yeah, and so it's probably the best guy to do it if that's what your defense is built around.
Sure.
So 6 through 10, Marlon Humphrey, Casey Hayward, Byron Jones, Darius Slay, Patrick Peterson. These guys are 289s and 388s here. Slay's a little low. Hayward's a little low. I think Humphrey's a little high. Byron Jones, I think, is a little high. Patrick Peterson, I think you can make a case, but probably a little bit high too. I would probably put Lattimore somewhere in this mix as well. I don't know. I feel like there's a couple guys that are left out and a few that were overrated. And, yeah.
Like, I think Chris Harris Jr. has a case here to crack the top 10. He's a shadow guy. He's kind of like Darius Slay Jr. They're going to follow your number one, doesn't matter where.
Yep.
And I just think those guys just for basically they're at a significant disadvantage versus like a Richard Sherman who just plays zone and sticks to that side of the field. So I think Darius Slay, 3 Pro Bowls in a row, I think he should – that's criminal that he's at 9th best corner in the league. Byron Jones gets an 88 because he just got paid all this money? Is that what Madden's doing? I don't know. Patrick Peterson he gets torched all the time. So I don't know. I don't see it. I don't like the 6 or 10 here.
I feel like Peterson is getting the top 10 because of legacy more than anything. Like you guys said, I think there's a handful of guys who are much younger and can do just as good of a job, if not better. I'd be biased in saying Xavier Howard could be there as well. He's another guy that travels with your top receiver. So, Darius Slay I think should be higher as well. I'm excited to see what he can do with Philly next year, especially because that's a spot that the Eagles have needed very badly. So it should be interesting to see how they do. Other than that, I think I'm cool with everything else. So is that all we got for Madden ratings?
That's all I got.
Okay, cool.
I saw Keenan Allen tweet about – he tweeted at Chad Johnson and was like, yo, like what's going on? Because I guess he's always underrated in his opinion. And then Darius Slay commented and was like, yeah, 3 Pro Bowls in a row. I can't even get in the top. Like, I can't even break a 90. He was like, the disrespect.
Yep.
So the players want to be, respected, and these Madden ratings gotta change.
Sloth, what are we waiting on?
99s.
Receiver?
Receivers, I don't think have come out. I think D-line has come out, but we'll split it up a little bit.
Receivers can be fun.
I think quarterbacks came out, so we can do that one another time too.
Yeah.
I think we're waiting on offensive line. Kickers. Don't sleep on them.
Got toner.
Yeah. All
right. Let's. So next episode, if we're either going to do more Madden ratings or we're going to go through PPR 1 through 20 ADP, average draft position. So we'll just give our thoughts on the top 20 guys that are currently being drafted by the community at those spots. So that's something to look forward to. We'll move on. Segments. We can do a little Madden update we haven't done in a while. I'm coming off a Super Bowl victory, and I'll just start off. I went right into hangover mode. As we talked about, Jay has left the league, and BK Bomber has assumed the position with a great team. However, I played him week 1, and I believe week 4 or 5. He beat me both games. It was a humbling experience, and I basically sold anybody with age on my team. We are looking forward to the 2023 season or 2024. I don't know how far along we are, but we're not looking to make the playoffs this year. So that's all I got.
Yeah, playoff dreams evaporated pretty quickly for you there. Mm-hmm. You had a rough start to the schedule, a lot of division games packed in those first. I think we did 8 games one night, and I think you –
I should have stopped.
4 of them. Yeah, you got four out of your 6 out of the way there. Things are good for the Crusaders, though. 9-0, feeling good, feeling great. We traded for Derrick Henry, so we have become a real big power run-heavy team. Del Pitt, the man, the myth, the legend, going for going for the NFL record in interceptions again. Got a lot of sacks, leading the way in MVP voting. So yeah, we're pissed off about last year, and we're ready to go.
I'm 7-3, hanging in there. Lost to Sloth twice again. And lost. No,
you haven't lost to me.
Yeah,
just once.
Just once. Okay, lost to you once. Lost to Woody once, and then beat Woody, and then beat BK. I actually lost to the computer. The Packers are good, man. They have their defense is insane, and their offense gets it done. So that was my second computer loss, I think, in our 3 or 4 seasons. So I'm okay with it. I'm all right. So Woody's mailing it in. So I got a guaranteed playoff berth.
Yep. Yeah. We can move on. Some good news we have. So FanDuel. So if you watched the Max Holloway fight on last Saturday, it seemed like the judges basically robbed Holloway out of a win. And FanDuel said, yep, we agree. If you put any wager on Holloway money line, we are refunding your bet, that's some good PR move by FanDuel.
That's good.
So you'll lose it on your next one, but as of right now, you got your
I lost it last night, actually.
There you go.
UFC Fight Night Wednesday night didn't go exactly how we wanted. I mean, we broke even for a little bit, called a couple of knockouts. The undercard was great. I think the undercard last night was probably arguably better than Saturday night. There were some better fights, a couple more submissions, which is a little different style. Usually you get a lot of knockouts. Main event, Dan Ige kind of got his fucking –
He did. I watched that one.
Ship kicked in. There's no real doubt about that. Although I did bet him live at one point after the first round. He was like plus 800. And then he did win the second round.
He did.
And it went down to like plus 150. And I was like, I'm about to do it. And then he did not do a thing the rest of the fight.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But yeah, FanDuel with a good little move there.
Yeah. All right. We'll move on to Snake Draft. We're going to do best appetizers. It should be a good one. I think, I don't know who, do we know the order? I never know the order. So.
Pretty sure I'm last.
Says that every time. I'll check.
So Sloth won the
last
last
first
one.
this time. Yeah.
with Possum as a second
He
round
didn't
pick.
win. It was a tie. It was a 3-way tie.
I won.
You
I
didn't
won.
win.
A
There was
comment.
12 votes,
had a
and we all had
comment in support.
33%.
Nope, I had a comment in support that counts as an extra vote.
It's a pity win.
Shout out to MMA Gossip with that comment. That definitely gave me the win. We all know that my list was strong. Appreciate it.
So Sloth's first, not last. I'm last. Woody's second.
Okay. Top
First.
appetizers.
I mean, I think this is the easiest one.
He
Yeah.
says it every time.
Nah, this one is clear.
No, this one's easy. Wings.
Yep. Good pick. No doubt about it. Now, are we assholes and do we have to make him go bone in or boneless? Or
I
are we
mean,
giving him
boneless
both?
wings are chicken nuggets, so bone in. Okay.
Wings.
Don't be a
I'll give
fucking
you
weirdo.
wings.
Wings.
I disagree. For an appetizer, I'd rather have boneless.
Yeah. Well, you're a child.
Hands free, no dirt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
If it's an app, but if it's your meal, you got to go bone in. That's just throw that in there.
Okay.
chicken nugget eater.
My pick, I'm going to go nachos here.
Okay.
Solid.
Yeah, you can.
Can't
I
go
mean,
wrong.
there's a little bit of everything in there, so I think there's a clear tier drop off between wings and everything else, but I just got to take what's available, so I'll take nachos.
Also, nacho makers of the world, restaurants, fucking make your own cheese. Stop with this fucking
Yeah. That
gross yellow cheese.
Yeah,
That fucking ruins it. I don't want that shit.
that's disgusting.
I'm going to go mozzarella sticks.
Yep, I would have
Classic.
picked that if that was still
If
available.
there's an appetizer Hall of Fame.
It's
Mozzarella.
can't go
it's
wrong
up
with
there.
mod
Yeah,
sticks,
can't go
right?
wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we nailed the top 3 here.
We did. It's clean sweep.
Yeah.
Now things get interesting.
Yeah,
Like
so
if you
this
take
is-
my next one, I don't think I have another one. So
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have another one here.
oh no.
Like I can't even look stuff up, and I'm like looking at this stuff. I'm like, this is stupid. This is stupid. It's all jumbled up. I was gonna say like chips and dip, but I guess I gotta be more specific, right?
I'll allow it.
Like you know what I mean? You
I
go
don't want
out.
this to be a chip and dip thing. Oh, I'll take artichoke, I'll take guac, and I'll take salsa. No, you can have all the chips and dip.
Okay, if that's okay. I don't know if you were gonna
Okay.
take one of those, Woody.
No. That's cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
take.
because I guess it depends on your scenery, you know.
Sure.
If you're
I'm
going
gonna
out
go,
for barbs, you want chips and guac, and then whatever. Get crazy.
I'm gonna go fries. Good old fries.
That is not what I thought you were gonna say.
Really? Fries isn't okay.
Fries?
I feel like
What,
that's
like-
a more with your meal.
Chicky and Pete.
Could be a
You know,
side,
you
but,
could do the.
but specialty fries, cheese fries, I would say are not.
Okay.
Okay.
I can give it to you.
Going fries.
Kind of surprised still on the board. I'm gonna take fried pickles.
Good one.
Okay.
Good one.
The chips. Don't fucking put spears in that shit because it never stays, and then you just get a
Oh,
hot pickle.
Oh,
Nobody wants that.
no, you gotta go
Chips.
nickel. Yeah. Yes. No doubt.
And then
Oh, I just thought of my third one. Let's go.
I think I got a good one. Maybe. Okay, got it. From cocktail.
Shrimp cocktail. Okay.
good.
I was gonna give a no. I'll say it for honorable mention.
I'm gonna
I
take
have one too.
the soft pretzel and cheese.
I thought about it.
This is like when the pretzels won't. It's just a good combo. I'm a fan of it. And there's a bunch of different cheeses you can go with, so I'll take that.
We used to have a crab pretzel back in school at one of the bars. It was just a giant, big, pretzel with like crab. It was good.
Like seasoning or like the meat is in
No, it was like meat and like I don't know how to
wow.
explain it.
Interesting.
I did
Sounds
a bad
complex.
job explaining it, but fire.
Okay.
pretzel crab.
What's a crab?
I'm gonna go bread and butter.
Bread and butter. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't get a better app than good old bread, or bread and butter, bread and oil. If you're
The
at Olive
butter's
Garden,
key.
whatever you want. Yeah,
Because you could get some lousy butter and that ruins it.
that's a good point.
Don't hate it.
I did not see that pick coming.
And it's the best
I.
because it's free, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It
You can always
usually
serve
is.
after the bread.
There we go.
My honorable mention was this is something I've only seen at the place I used to work, but shout out to 96th Street Bar and Grill in Stone Harbor. Cheesesteak sliders. They're like these little tiny things. Put it in the marinara sauce. Really filling, but they're fire.
Okay. You got any honorable mentions?
Maybe not necessarily like if you're at a restaurant, but if you're throwing a little dinner party, like you could do little pigs in a blanket appetizer. That always is a buffalo chicken dip, stuff like.
Well, that would
That was a big miss. That was a big miss.
That was
Yeah.
a big miss. I don't know why I just thought of that now.
probably be a second rounder, maybe even first.
Yeah, we blew that one. I had that last night too. Fuck.
It's good.
Any type of slider, I think, is a great app. Can't go wrong.
Love a good fruit and vegetable tray.
Okay.
Always solid. Fried calamari. That's, some people like that. Not into it, but loaded fries.
Salad.
You said fries, so loaded fries. Salad. I mean,
It's an appetizer. You don't share it, but it's an appetizer.
All right.
Good one.
We'll put that on Twitter. Go vote on Twitter, laying it down. Also on Instagram, laying it down. We are going to do this YouTube thing at some point. Hopefully the quality of this video is good enough to do that. I am without Wi-Fi again. Just a preview, that will be my worst of the week. It's getting bad.
Worse than 2 weeks.
I start work on Monday, and you kind of need Wi-Fi to work from home. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll talk more about it on Sunday. But, yeah, we're back to square one. Oh, and the gym closed. So, yeah, we are soul-searching right now. Yeah. But we'll be back on Monday. I can't believe this news. I've been refreshing Twitter the whole time. The news still has not broke with Washington. But, yeah, we'll be back Monday, new episode. iTunes, make sure to subscribe, leave a review. Same with Spotify. And we'll talk to you guys on Monday. Peace.